Aries, stop, do not scroll. The cards are showing me something so specific, so undeniably pointed at your life right now, that I need you to hear every single word. A doctor, and I don't mean this lightly, a figure of authority, of diagnosis, of final answers, has just uncovered something about your situation that changes everything. Something you were told was permanent, something you were told you'd have to carry forever, and it's being reversed, completely, freely, without you having to fight for it anymore. But here's the twist that made my hands go cold while pulling these cards. The person who caused this wound in your life, they already know, they've known for weeks. And what they're about to do in the next few days will confirm everything the universe has been whispering to you in your sleep. Before I reveal who this person is and what exactly they're preparing to say, tell me in the comments, where in the world are you watching this from right now? Drop your country, drop your city. Let the universe see you showing up for yourself. And if you haven't already, tap subscribe on Trusted Tarot, because what's coming for you after August 13th is not something you want to face unprepared. You did not land on this video by accident. There is no such thing as a random click when your spirit is actively seeking a lifeline. The algorithm did not simply serve this to you, your higher self, your intuition, and the very frequency of your soul pulled this exact message into your physical reality. Today is August 13th, 2026, and the energetic portal you have just stepped through is highly specific to the Aries timeline. You have been feeling a strange, almost electric anticipation in the air over the last 48 hours, a buzzing sensation that tells you something massive is about to shift. You are the pioneer of the Zodiac, the cardinal fire, the one who is always fighting, always leading, always carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders. But lately, that fire has felt like it is burning you from the inside out. You have been waiting for a sign, definitive answer, a cosmic nod that your struggles are actually coming to an end. Consider this your definitive answer. The universe has heard your silent prayers, the ones you cried into your pillow when you thought no one was listening, and the response is arriving with the force of a medical miracle. Before we unpack the magnitude of this miracle, we have to address what this waiting has done to your physical body. Your somatic signs have been screaming at you for weeks. You have been carrying an inexplicable tension right at the base of your neck and deep within your jaw, clenching your teeth in your sleep, as if you're bracing for an impact that never comes. You have been experiencing waves of profound exhaustion, the kind of tired that sleep simply cannot cure, because your energetic body has been working overtime trying to process spiritual detox. And then there are the dreams. Your subconscious has been feeding you vivid, startling imagery. You have been dreaming of being trapped in a building that is suddenly crumbling, only to walk out into a vast, open field completely unharmed. You have dreamt of doctors, of hospitals, of receiving a clean bill of health after a long, terrifying illness. These are not random firings of a sleeping brain. These are prophetic downloads. Your spirit guides are using your dream state to prepare your nervous system for the massive energetic release that is happening right now. The heavy, suffocating energy you have been dragging around is literally being lifted from your cellular memory. This brings us to the core of the miracle that the cards are revealing today. You have been operating under a false diagnosis. In your career, in your finances, and most painfully in your love life, you were handed a verdict by the people around you. You were told that you were too much. You were told that your passion was actually aggression, that your boundaries were actually selfishness, that your deep need for authentic connection was actually a sign of desperation. You were spiritually and emotionally misdiagnosed by people who lacked the capacity to understand the sheer magnitude of your heart. You began to believe that there was something inherently wrong with you, something broken that needed to be fixed, medicated or suppressed just to be loved. But the cosmic physician, the ultimate authority of your timeline, has just reviewed your chart. The miracle is the discovery that you were never sick at all. You were simply allergic to the environment you were placed inches you were reacting normally to a deeply toxic, stagnant, and low vibrational situation. The moment you are completely freed from this dynamic, the symptoms will vanish. Your joy will return. Your natural, radiant Aries confidence will flood back into your veins. You are being cured of an illusion. Now, as you sit with the relief of that truth, we must turn our attention to the other person in this equation, the one who handed you that false diagnosis, the one who made you feel like your fire was a burden. Right now, as this miraculous shift is happening within your energy field, They are experiencing a profound and terrifying internal reckoning. The energetic cord that connected you to them has just snapped, and the sudden absence of your light is leaving them in the dark. They are sitting in their own silence, looking at their phone, scrolling through old pictures, and feeling a sudden sharp pang of regret piercing their chest. They are realizing that the crazy or difficult behavior they accused you of was actually just your intuition trying to protect you from their inconsistencies. They are remembering the way you looked at them when you first met, that pure, unadulterated belief you had in them, and they are horrified by how they squandered it. They are going through turning point, a moment of absolute clarity where the ego is finally shattering, and the truth of what they lost is rushing in to fill the void. They are preparing to speak, preparing to confess, preparing to ask for a chance to explain. But I cannot tell you exactly what they are going to say just yet. I need you to hold this space, to stay grounded in this new frequency of hope and anticipation. Because if I give you their words before you fully anchor into your own worth, your old trauma will distort the message. You need to understand the spiritual mechanics of this delayed reveal. The universe is stretching this suspense to build your spiritual muscle. It is forcing you to sit in the power of your own healing rather than rushing back into the familiar chaos of their validation. Before I reveal the exact nature of their apology and the tangible shifts coming into your finances and career, I want you to take a deep breath and anchor yourself into our trusted tarot community. If this reading is speaking directly to your soul, if you feel the truth of this medical miracle vibrating in your chest, I invite you to subscribe to the channel and claim your seat in this circle. We are building a sanctuary for those who are waking up, and your presence here strengthens the collective energy of everyone who is stepping into their power. Let us finally pull back the veil on what this person is actually preparing to say to you, because the cards are showing a confession that is going to shake the very foundation of your reality. For weeks, they have been rehearsing a conversation in their head, playing out different scenarios, trying to find the exact words to bridge the massive chasm they created between you. They are realizing that the illness in your connection was never your intensity, your passion, or your deep need for truth. The sickness in the dynamic was their own profound inability to hold space for your light. The doctor discovering the miracle is a direct spiritual metaphor for them, finally seeing the clinical truth of their own behavior. They are looking back at the arguments, the silent treatments, the misunderstandings, and they are experiencing a sudden terrifying moment of self-awareness. They see now that every time you asked for clarity, they gave you confusion. Every time you asked for security, they gave you anxiety. And the miracle they are discovering is that you were never the problem. You were simply the mirror reflecting their own unhealed wounds back to them. And they were too terrified to look at their own reflection. They are preparing to admit that they were the ones who were emotionally unavailable, spiritually blocked, and deeply intimidated by the sheer magnitude of your Aries heart. The words they are going to speak to you in the coming days will not be a casual text or a fleeting, low-effort apology. The energy around their communication is heavy, deliberate, and stripped of all ego. They are preparing to tell you that they miss the way you made them feel when they were truly seen by you. They are preparing to acknowledge the specific sacrifices you made for them, the times you put your own dreams on hold to support their vision, and the quiet ways you loved them when they were entirely unlovable. They want to tell you that they have been watching you from a distance, noticing how you have begun to glow again, how you have reclaimed your power, and it has sparked a deep, burning regret in their soul. They want to ask for a chance to explain, chance to show you that they have finally done the internal work required to stand beside you without shrinking. But here is where I must give you a profound spiritual warning, and I need you to listen to me very closely, because this is the most critical part of your reading. When this message finally arrives, when their name lights up your phone screen, or they unexpectedly show up in your physical space, your nervous system is going to go into immediate overdrive. Your heart will drop into your stomach, your palms will sweat, and a rush of adrenaline will flood your veins. In that exact microsecond, you are in danger of letting your old pain distort this new message. Your trauma brain will want to read their apology as a trap. Your wounded inner child will want to either lash out in anger to protect yourself, or collapse into their arms and instantly forgive them, just to feel the relief of their presence. You must not do either. The universe is asking you to receive this clearly, not defensively. But you must also protect the sacred sanctuary you have built within yourself while they were away. You must pause before you react. Do not reply immediately. Do not let the impulsive, fiery Aries instinct to fix the situation, to rush into action, or to fight take over your logical mind. Put the phone down, walk away. Take 3 deep, intentional breaths to signal to your body that you are safe. You are no longer the person who accepts breadcrumbs and calls it a feast. You are no longer the person who shrinks to make others comfortable. If they are truly returning with a healed heart, they will respect your silence and your pacing. If they are only returning to feed off your energy, your pause will reveal their true intentions. This warning is not meant to make you paranoid. It is meant to make you powerful. You are stepping into a new paradigm where you dictate the terms of engagement. You are the prize, and the medical miracle of this situation is that you finally, truly believe it. You might be asking yourself, why is this happening right now? Why on this exact day, August 13th, 2026? Why did the universe wait until you were almost ready to give up to deliver this breakthrough? This brings us to the divine window of your timeline. We are deep in the energetic corridor of mid-August, a highly volatile and potent astrological season where the veil between the physical and spiritual realms is paper thin. The cosmic weather right now is forcing hidden things into the light. But more specifically, this timing is the direct result of your silence. Think back to the moment you finally stopped chasing. Think back to the day you stopped explaining yourself, stopped begging for closure, and simply surrendered the outcome to the universe. When you withdrew your energy, you created a massive spiritual vacuum. Nature abhors a vacuum, and the universe immediately rushed in to fill that empty space with truth, clarity, and this miraculous shift in their consciousness. This timing is spiritually ripened. It did not happen when you were anxious and attached, because you would have accepted a half-hearted apology and settled for less than you deserve. It is happening now, in this exact window, because your energetic frequency has finally risen to the level of the miracle. You have done the shadow work. You have cried the tears. You have sat in the uncomfortable void of the unknown, and you did not run away. The universe waited until you were strong enough to handle the truth without losing yourself in the process. This is the ultimate reward for your spiritual endurance. The delay was not a denial, it was a divine protection mechanism keeping you safe until you were fully equipped to handle the magnitude of what is coming toward you. I know how deeply exhausted you have been. I can feel the heavy emotional sigh you just let out as you heard these words. You have been carrying the weight of this misunderstanding for so long, feeling like you were screaming into a void, feeling like your efforts were entirely unseen. It is okay to let your shoulders drop now. It is okay to let the tears fall, not tears of sadness, but tears of profound, overwhelming relief. You are seen, you are safe. You are entirely held by a universe that has been orchestrating every single detail of your life to bring you to this exact moment of liberation. The heavy armor you have been wearing is no longer necessary. You can take it off. You can breathe. As we prepare to look at how this miraculous shift is going to impact your finances, your career, and the tangible manifestation of your dreams, I want you to anchor this feeling of hope deep into your bones. As this miraculous healing washes over your heart space, it inevitably spills over into the material realm because you cannot separate your spiritual energy from your physical reality. For the past several months, you have felt a strange, suffocating stagnation in your career and your finances. It felt as though you were running on a treadmill, expending massive amounts of your natural Aries energy, your drive, and your ambition, yet barely moving an inch forward. You were handed another false diagnosis in your professional life. You were told, either explicitly by a superior or implicitly through the culture of your workplace, that your ideas were too radical, that your pace was too fast, or that your vision was simply unrealistic. You began to doubt your own competence. You started to shrink your financial goals, convincing yourself that maybe you just needed to be grateful for the bare minimum, settling for a professional life that felt like a chronic, low-grade illness. But the cosmic physician is reviewing your professional chart right now, and the diagnosis is being completely overturned. The medical miracle of your timeline is not just about love. It is about the total resurrection of your personal power and your material abundance. The universe is showing me a specific figure in your career sphere, perhaps a mentor, an unexpected ally, or someone in a position of authority who has been quietly observing you. This person has just realized the colossal mistake that your current environment has made in underestimating you. They have discovered the cure to the stagnation in your department or your industry, and that cure is your unique fiery leadership. They are preparing to offer you an opportunity, project, or a financial pivot that completely bypasses the traditional, slow-moving ladder you have been forced to climb. This is where the anticipation you have been feeling truly begins to make sense. That buzzing in your nervous system, the electric hum in your ears when you wake up in the morning, is the frequency of incoming wealth and career elevation. You are about to experience a sudden, unexpected clearing of financial blockages. The money that was delayed, the client that ghosted you, the promotion that was unfairly given to someone else. The universe is balancing the scales. But here is the emotional turn you must prepare for. This new influx of abundance and professional recognition will require you to step into a version of yourself that you have not fully met yet. It will require you to stop apologizing for your ambition. When this new door opens, you cannot walk through it with the hesitant, apologetic energy of the person who was told they were too much. You must walk through it as the sovereign creator of your reality. I know how terrifying it is to trust again when your professional and financial stability has felt so precarious. You have been operating in survival mode for so long that your nervous system has forgotten what it feels like to simply rest in the knowledge that you are provided for. You have been hoarding your energy, terrified that if you take a single day off, the entire fragile structure of your life will collapse. This chronic state of hypervigilance is exactly what the spiritual medical miracle is here to cure. The universe is prescribing you a radical, unapologetic rest, not the restless, anxious tossing and turning you have been doing at night, but a deep cellular surrender. As you begin to accept this professional and financial healing, your dream signs will shift dramatically. The dreams of crumbling buildings and frantic running will be replaced by dreams of profound stability. You will dream of standing on the top of a mountain, looking out over a vast landscape that you own. You will dream of water, clear and rushing, symbolizing the unblocked flow of currency and creative energy returning to your life. Your subconscious is already rehearsing your success. It is already dressing you in the energetic garments of your future self. When you wake up from these dreams, do not brush them off as mere fantasy. They are blueprints. They are the universe showing you the architectural plans of the empire you are about to build. Yet, as this beautiful vision of your future unfolds, a shadow of doubt might try to creep back into your mind. The old voice of your past conditioning might whisper, asking what if it falls apart again? Or what if this is just a temporary high before the other shoe drops? This is the final test of your spiritual endurance. The universe is asking you to hold the vision of your success without gripping it so tightly that you strangle it with your anxiety. You must learn the delicate art of passionate detachment. You must want this career breakthrough. You must desire this financial freedom, but you must not need it to validate your worth. Your worth was never tied to your bank account, your job title, or the approval of the people who misdiagnosed your brilliance. This is the ultimate spiritual guidance for this exact moment in your Aries journey. You are being asked to merge your fierce, cardinal fire with a deep, unshakable trust in divine timing. The delay in your financial and career success was not a punishment, it was an incubation period. If you had received this massive breakthrough a year ago, you would have used the money and the status to fund the very toxic dynamics you are now being freed from. You would have poured your new resources into the old, leaky vessels of your past. The universe withheld the harvest until you had built a new, stronger container to hold it. You are now energetically capable of sustaining the wealth, the love, and the success that is rushing toward you. Feel the profound relief of that truth washing over you. You did not fail. You were simply being protected from a premature harvest that would have ultimately poisoned you. Every rejection, every closed door, every moment of financial anxiety was the universe acting as a fierce, loving guardian, redirecting you away from paths that would have diminished your soul. You are standing on the precipice of a totally new life, and the view from here is breathtaking. The air is clear. The heavy, suffocating fog of the past few years is finally lifting, revealing a bright, expansive horizon that belongs entirely to you. As we prepare to step into the final chapter of this reading, I want you to feel the absolute certainty of this transition. The doctor has signed off on your clean bill of spiritual, emotional, and material health. The miracle is not just that you are being healed, the miracle is that you are being upgraded. You are shedding the skin of the struggling, misunderstood, and exhausted warrior, and you are stepping into the radiant, abundant, and deeply respected sovereign of your own life. The person from your past is preparing to witness this new version of you, and the professional world is about to make way for your ascent. We have now reached the deepest, most profound layer of this reading, the exact moment where the spiritual diagnosis becomes your permanent physical reality. You have spent so much of your life being the pioneer, the cardinal fire, the one who charges into battle to protect the people you love. You have been the warrior who takes the arrows so others don't have to. But this medical miracle the universe has uncovered is the official cosmic discharge of your duties. You are being honorably discharged from the war. The heavy armor you have been wearing, the hypervigilance, the constant need to scan the room for threats, the exhausting compulsion to manage everyone else's emotions, it is all being stripped away. You are being cured of the belief that you have to fight for your right to exist, to be loved, and to be abundant. The miracle is the sudden, undeniable realization that you are safe. But as this massive wave of liberation washes over you, I need to prepare you for a very specific emotional turn that often catches people off guard. When you have lived in survival mode for years, when your nervous system has been addicted to the cortisol and adrenaline of chaos, peace can actually feel incredibly uncomfortable. In the days following this shift, as the arguments cease, as the financial blockages clear, as the silence in your life becomes golden rather than punishing, you might feel a sudden flash of panic. Your brain might whisper that it's too quiet, that the other shoe is about to drop, that this calm is just the eerie stillness before a storm. You might even feel a strange urge to self-sabotage, to pick a fight, to overspend, or to reach out to the past just to feel the familiar rush of anxiety. You must recognize this for what it is, your ego throwing a tantrum because it is losing its favorite coping mechanism. You are being asked to heal your addiction to struggle. You are being asked to sit in the quiet and let your vagus nerve regulate. You are being asked to look at a peaceful Tuesday morning and accept that nothing is wrong, nothing is missing, and no one is coming to ruin it. This is the hardest part of the medical miracle. It is easy to fight a dragon. It is much harder to learn how to simply sit in the garden once the dragon is gone. When that panic rises, when your mind tries to convince you that you need to be stressed to be productive, I want you to physically place your hand over your heart. Feel the steady, rhythmic beating beneath your palm. Remind your body that the war is over. You have won. You survived the misdiagnosis, you survived the toxic environment, you survived the financial drought, and you are still standing. And then, different kind of emotion will rise to meet you, one that requires your deepest compassion. As the tension leaves your jaw, as the tightness in your chest finally unspools, you may suddenly feel a profound, overwhelming wave of grief. This is the grief for the time you lost. You will look back at the years you spent shrinking yourself, the years you spent trying to convince people of your worth, the opportunities you missed because you were too exhausted from fighting battles that weren't yours to fight. You will mourn the version of yourself that believed the lies they told you. Let those tears fall. Do not rush through the grief, and do not judge yourself for feeling sad in the midst of a miracle. Those tears are the final flushing out of the toxin. They are the physical manifestation of your soul saying goodbye to the illusion. You are burying the old version of yourself, the one who accepted breadcrumbs, and you are giving her the beautiful, respectful funeral she deserves. Once that grief has passed through you, you will be left with a crystalline, unshakable clarity. And it is exactly in this state of profound, unbothered peace that the other person will finally make their move. The cards show them reaching out to you, but the dynamic has completely inverted. They are no longer the judge, and you are no longer the one on trial. When their name appears on your phone, or when they finally speak the words of apology they have been rehearsing, you will not feel the desperate urge to fix it. You will not feel the need to over-explain your pain or make them understand how much they hurt you. You will simply look at their message with a sense of distant, loving detachment. You will realize that their apology, while genuine to them, is no longer the key to your freedom. You already freed yourself. If you choose to respond, it will be from a place of sovereign grace, not wounded desperation. If you choose to leave them on read, it will not be out of petty anger, but out of a deep protective boundary for your own peace. You will hold the ultimate power in the dynamic simply by no longer needing anything from them. They will feel this shift in you instantly. They will feel the impenetrable wall of your new self-worth. And it will command a level of respect from them that they were entirely incapable of giving you when you were begging for it. This is the ultimate psychological turn of the miracle. The moment you stop needing their validation is the exact moment they are forced to recognize your value. As you step fully into this new identity, the material world has no choice but to rearrange itself to match your frequency. The career opportunities that are coming your way in the late summer and early autumn of 2026 are not just lateral moves, they are massive leaps. You are going to be offered a platform, project, or a partnership that requires you to use your voice, your vision, and your natural Aries leadership. The financial compensation attached to this new chapter will reflect your true worth, not the discounted rate you were previously accepting. The universe is opening the floodgates of abundance because you have finally plugged the energetic Lex. You are no longer pouring your precious life force into people and situations that do not honor you, which means you now have a massive reservoir of creative energy to build your empire. This divine window that opened on August 13th is the catalyst, but the energy of this miracle will continue to compound over the next several months. Every time you choose peace over panic, every time you choose your own boundaries over people pleasing, every time you choose to trust the timing of your life rather than forcing an outcome, you are signing off on your own clean bill of health. You are the doctor, you are the patient, and you are the miracle. The universe has orchestrated this entire painful, beautiful, exhausting journey just to bring you back to yourself. You are finally home. The heavy, suffocating fog of the past few years has completely lifted, and the horizon ahead of you is bright, expansive, and entirely yours to command. This is your moment to lock this energy into the physical realm. The universe requires your active participation to seal this miracle into your timeline. I want you to go to the comments right now and type one specific word to claim this energy, to signal to the cosmos that you accept your clean bill of spiritual, emotional, and material health. Type the word free. Type it to declare that you are free from the misdiagnosis, free from the stagnation, and free from the past. Let the algorithm and the universe see you claiming your sovereignty. If this reading found you at the exact right moment, share it with someone who needs to hear this, and make sure you are subscribed to Trusted Tarot so you do not miss the guidance for your next chapter. The miracle is here. The doctor has signed the chart. You are completely, utterly, and beautifully free.